Hello, welcome again to another class. This is your instructor Anthony Mlelwa, well known as Trizi. And today, as normal, in our DE skills, digital entrepreneurship skills, which we intend to open up the different contradiction and confusion which are existing in the digital industry or in the digital entrepreneurship landscape. Today, we will be talking about three things: Ponzi schemes, gambling, and investment. Okay, basically in the digital entrepreneurship, when you speak mostly into cryptocurrency investment and other digital form of tokens investment, we have came across with so many contradictions that they have made people to lose a lot of money. And basically because of this industry being an infant industry or still a developing industry, and a very exciting industry and very popular at the same time, many people have took advantage of showing people that this industry of cryptocurrencies and blockchain in general, it's a miracle industry. Like, people when get in, they are guaranteed to make money. But at the end of the day, when you come to the professionalism and try to study and understand how this digital asset works, you may come to realize is something that you need a form of intellectual and understanding when you want to chip in, because there are risks involved. So you have to know how to leverage your risks. There is a time to wait. It's not like every time when you get into cryptocurrencies or digital asset investment, you are rich overnight. This is not true. So in a big perspective, because of the sense of people lacking the literacy of understanding what is investment and understanding the basics and fundamentals of digital asset investment, they tend to listen to those people who happen to feel like they know everything in the industry and lie to people. And some people, they even do not lie because they understand what they are lying. It's because they do not understand what they are doing, but they have just came to be taken with the excitation and the momentum in the internet. Like, this thing is going to make you rich overnight. And then it tend to pull all this community of these illiterate, financial illiterate followers. They just come in and they join into Ponzi scheme with the name of investment. Because one of the things which is very interesting is that most of these companies that come online, they promise the very big return, the return which are very, very tempting. But at the end of the day, as a person who want to do investment, as a digital entrepreneur, you have to go and check the reality of the base, the source of the profit that they are promising you. Where are they getting it? If it's a crypto trading, if it's a crypto staking, if it's a crypto yield farming, or if it is a buy and hold, is it genuinely what they promise can be possible with whatever you know in the fundamentals? Because from what people understand, anything that has started, obvious, it has a source of income. Because if I tell you to come and invest maybe in my thing, that I know where I can generate my income. But at the end of the day, you coming to invest into a certain thing, you have to understand the core foundation on how the profit is made. So if you do a research, you can find most of the online stuffs, what they mention is definitely impossible to achieve in a reality way. It's totally impossible to achieve that way. But they just promise you to do so, and you believe because you do not have a good knowledge about the digital asset investment. So this is a very high risk to the community, because with the numbers that we are having right now, the world is having more than 8 billion people. And those who have ever used digital transactions, they close to 420 million only. So you can tell how many people they don't have education. And this is the fastest growing industry I have ever seen. And the bad thing is that when it comes to education, this thing has lacked the formal way to present to people the formalities, the basics that people should understand when they decide to get or chip in this kind of industry of digital investment, digital asset investment. Because digital assets, yeah, they are good, but they have their challenges. They're having high volatilities. You have to know when it's a good time. Of course, there are some of the phases which when you know them, they can help you to understand exactly where you can be. You see, there are even some of the people, they tend to create these I don't know if it's we call them a Ponzi scheme or something, I don't know. Like, it's just like a way of playing around with money. But you know what? To people, it goes as investment. Like, I bring you, you invest the money, and all the money that you have invested, it comes to me in terms of crypto. And another one also, when it comes in, they put the money in the platform, all those money comes to me, who I have invited a certain person. So that person, if has not brought anyone, that means they do not make money. So you can find these kind of businesses like Ponzi or any kind of games that they play through around in the different platforms. They just use cryptocurrency as mode of payment. And then, because cryptocurrency is popular, people tend to confuse and they call it's a crypto business. Hell no. Cryptocurrencies are a form of payments. But those forms of Ponzi scheme or business or whatever that they create uses crypto as mode of payment. But because people, they take it, when they go to convince people to join their platforms, they just use the name of crypto and blockchain because it's something which is popular. And then when they mention it, they find it's going to be easier to convince people to join in that business because they have mentioned cryptocurrencies, they have mentioned blockchain. And that's why even now, if you check for those people who have ever come across with a blockchain or cryptocurrency stuffs, when you mention blockchain, when you mention cryptocurrency, what comes in the mind is a scam, which is not true. Of course, there are some of the digital assets which are created, they are scams. People have to be careful about that. But people should be able at least to understand the fundamentals of whatever business that they're involved, to know at least how the profit is made, how they can leverage their risk, so that someone can understand, like, okay, I'm going to do this business, the margin of risk is this, I can only manage to risk this amount because I can lose this much or I can make this much, because they know what they are doing. And when they are mentioned the kind of profit that they will be receiving, they should also be able to reason, like, is it possible to generate this kind of profit? If it is not possible, then someone should be able to make a proper decision that is reliable for the health investment into digital realm. And something also which is very, very important in here is that, sometimes people, they do gambling, right? Gambling is one of the legal way of playing around with money. We have different bets, etc. People, when they do gambling, they know it's either two things. Either they lose or they win. But you have never seen anyone gambling and then after losing money come out and say, I've been scammed. Why? Because they understand how the business operates. Education, knowledge is the key. We still go back to the same thing. Gamblers, they know what they do is 50-50. Either I lose, either I win. So they only go to play with the amount of money that they are ready to lose. And once they lose or they make money, they are ready for the results. So it's not going to confuse them. So I believe people should take their time to understand better, especially in this digital entrepreneurship landscape, to understand different kind of businesses that they are present in this digital realm before they even jump in. If you want to know about cryptocurrencies, you want to know different way how you can make money, just go and buy a course called Understanding DeFi. DeFi is a very good course for you to understand different opportunities that you can make money into digital asset investments. You should know about staking, you should know about yield farming, but you should know exactly how they operate and their possible way of making profits as well as their downsides. That's very important. But you cannot go and learn DeFi, understanding DeFi, if you do not understand about cryptocurrencies and blockchain. So all of these courses are very important when you want to start getting into the way of understanding how business is done. There are so many stuffs around the digital landscape that they are circulating here and there, promising unreal returns, promising a very, very, it's like something which is not possible even to happen. But then, because people, they do not have literate on financial landscape, they tend to believe in miracles, which is something that they tend to make them to lose a lot of money and keep on losing again and again. And the bad thing, people, they will never learn. They don't want to go pursue for education. They keep on pursuing for a lucky, which is something that's not existing. So I believe people should now tend to think like investment is something which is very intellectual. Yeah, it's not like you need to know everything, but at least you need to know the fundamentals of whatever that you want to chip in. And when it comes to gambling, it's something that you know is 50-50, but people go to gamble because they know what they are doing, and they only play with that amount of money that they are ready to lose. But when it comes to Ponzi scheme, this is a problem, because this is where you are being told something like it's a real stuff, but in the real perspective, it's not even real. So people should now try to understand the difference between Ponzi schemes, the difference between investment and gambling. Is something which is very crucial and very important for you to understand. I believe after having this opening eyes lesson, you will be able now to quit all you're doing fast, go and check the courses, learn about blockchain, understand how it works, learn about cryptocurrencies, learn how they are, how to analyze them, and go and learn about understanding decentralized financial services, and you understand how they operate, the possible profit, the risk involved, and then after that, you will be able to make a sound decision on how you can jump in the digital asset investment, especially when it comes to crypto tokens and NFTs, etc. It's very important. Thank you very much. See you to the next class. Bye.